And now to vote 2010, only 46 days ahead of the November election. The candidates for Florida's Senate seat faced off today. It was their first of at least 3 debates.
And Republican Marco Rubio, Independent Charlie Crist, and Democrat Kendrick Meek all took part. Of course, our senior political reporter Michael Putney was right there. So what did you think?
Lori and Calvin, pretty darn lively is what I think. The setting was Univision, the Spanish language network. So Marco Rubio, who is Cuban-American, sort of had the home field advantage, but each candidate got a turn at bat.
Many of my close allies told me this was a race I couldn't win. I was 35 points down in the polls back then.
Now Marco Rubio is ahead, well ahead, by at least 11 points over Democrat Kendrick Meek.
I'm the only fighter on behalf of the middle class that will help us rebound.
And Independent Charlie Crist.
I'm running against 2 fine people, but they are the political nominees of their respective party. If you want to have a different way how to deal with politics in Washington, D.C., and I think we can all agree that it's broken, it's gridlock, it's finger pointing, and enough is enough.
But his opponents say Crist's ideas and positions have changed way too often since he left the Republican Party.
He's, what my Hispanic friends would call it, a postelita. That's exactly what he is doing on this issue of immigration and many other issues, saying, well, I'm for this and I'm for that, and he's picking the raisins out of the bread.
4 months ago, you were running against me as a Republican, saying the things you now criticize me for. You only changed parties and did this independent thing when you couldn't win the Republican primary. And now you wake up every day and you try to figure out what can you say or do to take votes away from Congressman Meek so more Democrats will vote for you.
Crist was the punching bag at today's debate, but he punched back, calling Rubio a flip-flopper on the Arizona immigration law.
I think the law is bad. I've said that from the outset. And as I said earlier, what my friend the speaker just accused me of, he did on this law. He came out and he said it was bad, and then I guess he got the Republican talking points or the far-right conservatives. They said, no, this is really good. You got to believe this. This is what we need in order to move forward.
Crist dodged the question about a newly released audit of state Republican Party spending that says Crist and his wife took some luxurious party-paid trips on non-party business.
No, of course I didn't. They can trust in my integrity because I'm an honest guy.
In the post-debate spin zone, Governor Crist was pressed about that state GOP audit. He insists he did not misspend any party money. Did you go and did Greer pay the check with party funds?
I went to Disney World with my wife and our 2 stepdaughters, and we paid for it ourselves.
The governor's spokesman after that told me he was going to email me the credit card slip showing the governor and Mrs. Crist paid their own bills to Disney World. We're still waiting to see those credit card slips.
Wow. Well, I checked my BlackBerry earlier today and got an email from the Kendrick Meek camp, and they said they won.
And the Rubio camp says they won, and also Marco Rubio, and they all say they won.
Yeah.
But who do you think won?
Yeah,
you were right there.
I think that probably all had their good innings, but I think Marco Rubio probably did better than the other 2.
And this was Rubio's moment to shine, though, was it not?
Well, this is a Hispanic audience. It's going to be shown statewide, not just in South Florida. And I think that he has an affinity there, and I think he's got positions that will appeal to a lot of Hispanic voters.
All right, 2 more debates to go. Thank you, Michael. Great.